YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Booba and welcome to something a little bit different on the channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my new 4-3-3-4 custom tactics. We're going to start adding a little bit more variety to the channel, so if you guys do want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know by leaving a like. Turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload, and then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, man, for our very first custom tactics video, I am going to be showing you guys the 4-3-3-4. That is the attacking variation. I feel like that one's a little bit underrated this year. Now, for you guys that have been playing FC25 for like the entirety of the year, you guys know that the 4-2-1-3 is probably the most OP formation. A lot of people do also run the 4-4-1-1. But for me personally, boys, I feel like the 4-3-3-4 is a little bit underrated, man. I feel like going forward, it's really effective while still providing that defensive cover. Now, as you guys can see on your screens right now, this is the current team that we're using in Division Rivals. We are in the Elite Division. And before we jump on over to like the custom tactics portion of the video, I do want to just go ahead and state, man, that it is really important for each player to have at least a player role plus plus. Now, if there is one player in your starting 11 that is just like a player role plus, it's not going to be that big of a problem, but I feel like player role plus plus at this current stage of FC25 just makes your team gel so much better. So yeah, man, if we go ahead and head on over to team management, if you do just want to go ahead and type in the code, you most definitely can. The code is right there. But for our default tactic, I feel like it's actually quite simple. As you guys can see, 4-3-3 attack. For our build-up style, we do have it on balance. Now, you can obviously use counter and then also short passing. Short passing with the 4-3-3-4 isn't actually half bad, but for me personally, boys, balance works best. And when it comes to the defensive approach, this is actually really interesting because a lot of people that do run the 4-2-1-3 formation or like the 4-4-1-1, they do play a very high line. Now, a couple weeks ago, we did get the update where EA supposedly nerfed the 95 depth, boys, but honestly, boys, I feel like 95 depth is still really OP, and a lot of people do still use that. But for me personally, boys, and like the style of FC25 that I feel like is really good and that I really like to play, I feel like a balanced depth is actually really good as well. So we have that set at 60. Now, when testing out the tactics, boys, feel free to like play a little bit with the line height. If you do want to put it at 70 or like 75, man, it's not going to change much, but it might fit your style of play a little bit more. And then with the player roles, boys, I feel like it's actually quite standard. For our defensive line, we do have both of the center backs set at defender. For me personally, the defender player role plus plus is the most OP player role for a center back to have, and then for the goalkeeper, just put him on the player role plus plus that he does have. Now, for our two fullbacks, I did actually play a little bit with the player role plus pluses. Sometimes I would use them as like overlapping fullbacks or maybe like a false back, but with the 4-3-3 formation, I feel like fullback player role plus plus is the best, man, and then you can kind of like pick and choose when you want to attack with them. We are going to be playing a game in today's video, and I'm going to try to showcase how like you can send a fullback on a run just to have like an extra body for it. It's actually really OP in my opinion. Now, for our two center mids, man, this is actually where things get a little bit interesting. Now, for me personally, boys, any formation with like two center defensive mids is actually really OP. And the main reason behind that is the fact that the AI defending on CDMs is just so good for some reason. Now, with the 4-3-3 formation, we do have two center mids, man. So the manual defending is actually going to be really important, man. You got to be really good at manual defending, and you have to be a little bit more alert and responsive. And the one thing that's actually been working really well for me, boys, is having one center mid as a box-to-box midfielder so that we also get that defensive cover. And then for our other center mid, we have him set as playmaker. So another body that's going to get very high up the pitch. Now, for the focus, as you guys can see, for Jude Bellingham, it is balanced, but for Zinedine Zidane, it is attack, man. So it's kind of like a 4-1-2-3 going forward, if that makes sense. For the center attacking mid position, we do have Zico set as a playmaker player role plus plus, and I feel like playmaker as a center attacking mid is probably the best player role plus. Now, I know that some people do like to use shadow striker. Some players do also use classic 10, but for me personally, boys, the most balanced one is playmaker. For our left wing and right wing, pretty standard. Inside forward player role plus plus, the best player role for a player out wide in my opinion. And then for the striker position, pretty simple again, advanced forward player role plus plus for Gyökeres. You want him to pick up those really advanced positions, those really nice pockets of space, and I feel like advanced forward player role plus plus is the best player role for the striker position. And really quickly, boys, this is kind of like what the formation looks like with the ball. As you guys can see, our left side is center mid and center attacking mid go a little bit further forward. The left wing and right wing position come in a little bit closer, and then we do have the box-to-box midfielder that just kind of like sits back a little bit in case of like a counter attack. But yeah, man, that's the custom tactics that we're currently using in FUT Champions and then also Division Rivals. Now, in the comment section down below, boys, if you guys want to see us use different formations, let me know. If there's some formation specifically or some custom tactics that you find really OP and that you want me to test out, let me know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump into one game of Division Rivals in the Elite Division, just so that I can show you guys a little bit of the formation in actual gameplay. Alright, boys, game number 1 of the Elite Division. Let's go ahead and see who we're coming up against. It is a 4-3-3 as well. Hansen, Payeur, Ribery, Hullet, Vieira. It's a very strong team. Now, very early on in the game, I do want to show you guys a little bit of like how the balance setup looks like. Now, as you guys can see, Bellingham is a little bit further back. Our fullbacks will push up sometimes just a little bit. And then we have Zinedine Zidane going forward, and then we also have Zico as a cam. So the left-handed side is going to be a little bit more effective compared to the right-hand side, but you can obviously switch that depending on how you want to play. Now, this guy's going for like a lot of offside traps and then also very high lines. Zidane with a good tackle right there. Now, as you guys know, I did mention that the AI defending on center mids isn't anything too crazy, so you are going to have to be really responsive, really alert to the situation. Right here, we're just going to track back a little bit with Zidane. And as you guys can see, like right there, Bellingham, it would be nice for him to give us a little bit of cover, but he doesn't give it to us. So definitely keep that in mind. Defensively right there, we honestly could have been a little bit better. Like I obviously could have stepped with one of my center backs, but that's okay. Now a little bit of counter-attacking football right here, boys. We did signal Henry to make that run. First time over the top through ball. For you guys that don't know, man, that is the most OP pass in FC 25. It's a great play, man. Counter-attacking football is actually really good with the formation as well. Now again, boys, a little bit of manual defending with our center mids. We do have to track back. And now we have that cover. So now we can just defend normally. Now a little bit of tiki-taka football right here. Going to try to create the chance with our box-to-box midfielder. Through the middle, Nwaneri, Gyökeres go for the finesse shot. It's a decent play, boys. Again, very quick passing with this formation. Zico, good ball. Gyökeres, I'm actually going to pull it out wide. And this is what I'm talking about. Like when you pick and choose when to attack with your fullback. We have Cancelo making that run. We'll play it to him. See right there, boys. If that pass from Henry is a little bit better, we're in behind. Oh, great tackle right there from Bellingham. I like how sometimes like he will step a little bit as that box-to-box midfielder. Henry with the low driven. We'll take that, boys. Keeping a lot of pressure on our opponent going forward. If I had to be really picky, boys, I mean, I like the formation going forward. I find it really OP. The only real letdown is the fact that like when it comes to your center mids, the defensive cover is going to have to come through manual defending. Now right here, boys, because it is the 46th minute, I'm just going to try to pick and choose when to attack our fullback. There it is, boys. There goes that extra body forward. He's going to try to step with the center back. Cancelo is very quick. And then we go for a cutback. One more. See right there, boys. If that pass is a little bit better. Nice. Zico again. I feel like the playmaker player role plus is just so important. Now, a little bit of patient build-up. Because this guy's playing a pretty high line, something that I really like to do is to go for like a speed boost in between the two center backs. Zidane, the furthest player forward right there, man. Again, better pass, we're probably in. Pick and choose when to attack with your fullbacks. We signal Dumfries to make that run. He's gone for an offside trap, boys. See that extra body forward? It gives your opponent something to think about. That's why I really like fullback player role plus, because you do still get that defensive cover, and then going forward, you just have to signal him to make that run, and it can still be really effective. Track back. We're going to track back with Bellingham right here. A little bit of AI defending from the center back, and then Zidane gets the interception. See, like the AI defending on a center mid isn't like the worst, but it isn't that great either. Ethan Nwaneri, great ball. Dumfries. Just go ahead and take our space, boys. Go for like a nice little L2R2 tap, cut back. Henry low driven near post. It's a decent play forward. I feel like that's a really good example of the formation and how it works. Now, for you guys that don't know, this is actually a really good tactic off of corners. You just want to go ahead and play short to a player that does have finesse shot playstyle plus. You go speed boost, edge of the box, and then finesse shot. It's a very easy way to get a couple goals, boys. Definitely keep that in mind. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is us using our 4-3-3 custom tactics for the Elite Division. Now, if you guys did enjoy today's video, definitely let me know by leaving a like. In the comment section down below, let me know another formation or like custom tactics that you would like us to try out in future videos. And then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new, man. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Bulba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.